Intense fighting and failed negotiations, a major breakthrough was achieved in the Gaza conflict. Israel and Hamas have signed a ceasefire agreement, a deal that could mark the first real step towards lasting peace in the region. More in this report.
Celebrations erupted on both sides as Israel and Hamas reached a landmark agreement to end hostilities in Gaza. The deal calls for a ceasefire, which is a partial Israeli military withdrawal and the release of hostages by Hamas in exchange for Palestinian prisoners held by Israel. The agreement follows indirect talks in Egypt's Sharm el-Sheikh and forms part of US President Donald Trump's initiative to end the conflict.
I'm very excited about this, and all of us in the camp are waiting for the response. It is supposed to happen today, God willing. We are racing against time so the agreement can be signed, and we are eagerly waiting for 4 p.m. to hear them say, "You can return to your homes."
There are no words to describe the feeling today. It's undescribable, like spontaneous joy, excitement, tears. We all came here from the office because we are just unable to work. It's a day that the entire nation has been waiting for 2 years. Every second, every day has just come to this moment.
The ceasefire, which will take effect once ratified by the Israeli government after a security cabinet meeting. High-profile prisoner Marwan Barghouti will, however, not be included in the exchange.
Now, the final draft of Phase 1 was signed this morning in Egypt by all parties to release all of the hostages. And the IDF will then redeploy to that yellow line we mentioned, which will lead to the military controlling and holding about 53% of the Gaza Strip. Now, Phase 1 stands very clear. All of our hostages, the living and deceased, will be released 72 hours later, which will bring us to Monday. Has Israel agreed or refused to release Palestinian prisoner Marwan Barghouti? I can tell you at this point in time that he will not be part of this release.
Following the signing, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu held an emotional phone call with President Trump, who is expected to visit Jerusalem on Sunday. Netanyahu expressed gratitude for Trump's global leadership in facilitating the deal.
In a phone call earlier this morning, Prime Minister Netanyahu thanked President Trump for his global leadership efforts to make this all possible. It was a very emotional and a warm conversation as both leaders congratulated each other on this historic achievement.
World leaders also welcomed the agreement, hailing it as a crucial step toward peace and the safe release of hostages in Gaza.
I welcome the announcement last night of an agreement to secure a ceasefire and hostage release in Gaza, based on the proposal put forward by President Donald J. Trump. And I commend the diplomatic efforts of the United States, Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey in brokering the desperately needed breakthrough. We have all waited far too long for this moment. Now we must make it truly count. I urge all parties to fully abide by the terms of the agreement and to fully embrace the opportunities it presents.
The world is watching closely as the ceasefire moves towards implementation. If it holds, it could bring long-awaited relief to millions affected by the conflict and possibly set the stage for broader peace talks in West Asia.